So hey guys, in this video we will learn about break, continue and pass statement. So you can use this break, continue or pass in any kind of loops. You can take while loop or for loop. For example, suppose your child went into a toy shop. Now assume the toy shop owner is giving every child free chocolates. So suppose if I write like this, a C that represents chocolate, that is initialized with 0, and after that a while loop that tells like if, or you can say if the C is like int input, so it will actually ask from your child how many chocolates do you want. Okay, so C is initialized with the value of like how many chocolates every child wants, and if a C is greater than 0, so C is greater than 0, or you can say if I write another variable that is I that equals to 1, and if the condition should be changed like I is less than C, so while I is less than C, it will print giving chocolate. Okay, and after that we have to add the value of I by 1. Now if you run this code, suppose your child want a 2 chocolate, so in that case it will, oh actually it is printing 1 chocolate, that is I have to write equals to. So suppose your child wants 2 chocolate, in that case it will give 2 chocolate, right? Similarly, if your child wants 10 chocolates, it will give 10 chocolate. Now the toy shop owner thinks like if any child wants 100 chocolate and the stock is only 50, then the rest of the child will not get any kind of chocolates. So he limited like no matter how many chocolates your child wants, he will give 2 chocolates to every single child. Okay, so the limit is 2, right? So I'll just write over here 2, limit is 2, and if I is greater than the limit, it will just break the loop. That means it will not run the while loop again if I becomes greater than the limit. So if I run this cell and now if I write 4, it will print giving chocolate. Let's write another statement over here, print by. Okay, not in the while loop, actually after the while loop. So over here print by. If I write 4, and you can see it is printing only giving chocolate 2 times, after that it is buying. So this break statement means it is actually breaking the while loop. It actually breaks the overall loop, and after that it prints whatever is written after that loop. Okay, so for example, if I like your child wants thousands of chocolates, or no matter how many numbers he wants, and then press enter, it will still print 2 times, and after that it will print by. Okay, that means after that it will break the loop. So now let's talk about continue statement. For that we will use the for loop. Suppose there is a number and you want to print only the even numbers. Okay, so you can write like this: for I in range, for example it is 40, or you can say 30, and after that if we want to print the even numbers only, right? So if I module 2 is not equals to 0, then it will continue and then print even numbers. So you can see we didn't use the else statement over here. If I module 2 is not equals to 0, that means if the I is odd, it will just continue. That means it will continue with the loop, and the I value will increase and it will rerun this loop. The continue, that doesn't mean it will totally break the loop. It is actually skipping the loop with that particular value of I, and after the next I value it will rerun this loop. So if I press enter, or let me do one more thing, print I. Okay, so over here I'll just write int that is equals to clone. Now you can see, okay, I need to put a space over here, and now you can see the even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on till 28. And I can write 31, it will show till 30. Yeah, so it is showing all the even numbers. That means it is actually continuing this loop. And the pass statement also works similarly. For example, I'll just copy this code from here, and I'll just write over here pass, and I'll just put these things into the else statement. And yep, and if I run this cell, you can see it is still showing the same thing. So what does this pass actually do? So this pass actually says, like, if I module 2 is not equals to 0, it will actually pass the if statement, and it will rerun this cell after increasing the value of I. So now you may have doubt, so what is the actual difference between, let me first of all decrease the numbers. For example, I'll just write over here 11, and or you can say 10, and here also 10. Now just run this cells. Yeah, now it's become smaller, and you will understand properly. So what is the difference between this continue and pass statement? So continue statement means thus loop will be totally skipped. Okay, so the difference between this pass and continue statement is pass statement actually simply does nothing. So you can use pass statement when you create a method that you don't want to implement. Yet where continue statements keep all the remaining statements in that loop. That means if I write continue over here, it doesn't perform all other statements in that loop, right? But here it is totally different. So if I write like this, if I put this thing outside of the else statement and run this cell, now you can see all the elements are printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is actually doing nothing, right? So that is because when the compiler finds the continue statement, it actually skipped that loop. But in case of pass, it is not actually skipping the loop. It is actually performing nothing in the if statement, and sorry, it is actually performing nothing in the if statement, and after that it perform all other codes inside that loop. It is not skipping anything, right? So this is the basically difference between continue and pass statement, and in this way we learned the break, continue, and pass statement.